Hey guys, today I'm gonna rank all 8 seasons of Arrow from the worst to the best. Now, remember, this is just my list. My list isn't the right list. It's just my opinion. But let's get a conversation start there in the comments down below. If you're excited to hear about that and your opinions. This is actually a show I started watching recently. I never actually watched it on TV, and I finally started watching this recently. I've been more of a kind of the Flash guy and Legend of Tomorrow guy, but I really got into the show and I really enjoyed it. And just to be clear, I don't hate any of these seasons. I just think that some are weaker than others. So let's get to it, shall we? So coming in at number 8, it would be Arrow season 7. Now this is a season I think they tried to build off of um, season 6 of Arrow, and I think it kind of worked for the majority of the first half. And then I think the second half it kind of didn't work out. It kind of fell flat in the second half because I kept on waiting for a bigger villain than Emiko Queen. But with Emiko Queen, I think she was a bit of a weaker villain, right? You shy with it, and I kind of because of that, like because I tried to push her to be a villain, I kind of felt a bit weak and a bit flat. So I would like it if they had maybe like Emiko's boss as a main villain, then have her turn on the boss, something like that instead. And actually, I would like to if they didn't actually build off of season 6. Because even though it was cool seeing him in prison, that should have been, I think, in the second half of season 6. I'll get to that later, though, when we talk about season 6. But coming in at number 7 is season 8. Now, this is a season where I didn't hate it, right? I liked it, but I kind of felt that it didn't have much to do with Arrow as a show. Kind of felt more with preparing the Green Arrow himself, the man, the human, to being prepared for the crisis and ready to die. So it kind of just involved him getting these things for the monitor so he could prepare for the crisis, die. And because of that, I kind of felt like we didn't see what was happening much around his supporting characters. And while it was cool to see all the callbacks, sorry guys, to the previous seasons, I kind of wish they did a little bit more with the 8th season and actually maybe have the Green Arrow die on his own show as well. I think it would have been nicer to see. So yeah, and then coming in at number 6, I might get a lot of hate for this, so please don't hate me on this, is going to be Arrows Season 1. Now, this is a season that I think is completely different to the rest of the seasons. And with this season, the first half I thought was a bit on the boring side. That's kind of why it's here. But I did like the origin story, how he was going out of the book, and like I like the story in this. I do. It's just again the first half was a bit boring. Um, and then the second half kind of picked up when they introduced Malcolm Merlyn as the villain, and I thought that was a nice choice, and I did, and I had some nice emotional moments when Tony Merlyn died, and all that. But as I said, the villain was only introduced within the second half. Had they built it up within the whole season, would have been cool. I think they kind of did though a little bit from what I remember. They did a little bit, but not as much as they could have. So that's what I'd say. But again, I don't hate any of these seasons. I want to mention that. Well, I don't hate any of these seasons. I like them all. I just felt some were weaker than the other. And Arrow season one was one that was maybe weaker. The flashbacks, actually, if I mention the flashbacks, weren't too bad either. So coming in at number 5 is Arrow season 5. And this is one I kind of feel was a little bit overrated, actually, in my opinion. Again, please don't hate me on this. That's gonna be an unpopular opinion. Once again, this is a season that I enjoyed and I liked it, but I wasn't a huge fan of the whole. Because after season 4 ended, right, in season 5, you had to make the new team, and I wasn't a fan of how you had to make the new team, and then they basically got dissolved after they got into huge fights and everything. I wasn't that huge of a fan of that plot point, and because I kind of felt then it ruined the point of him making the team, right? Because then by the time we get to him in season 6, the team is never fully rebuilt until season 7, like a season later, because in season 6 he still kind of struggles with the Green Arrow identity, and you know, because for now they're not fully talking, so it's, in my opinion. on season 5. And Prometheus, I liked him as a villain. I wasn't crazy about the reveal. It was a nice plot twist though that it was. Someone just under his nose, Adrian Chase. But I do think this season is a bit overrated in my opinion. And then coming in at number 4 is season 4. This is a season where I'll be honest, I think season 5 and season 4 will probably be tied for me, but I like season 4 just a tad more because I liked his costume in this season. As you can see, he has like the arm guards, is that what they're called, or like I don't know, like forearm guards, and he has the costume looks much like the comics. That's why I like it. And I thought Damien Dark wasn't too bad as a villain because I liked how they built him off from season 3 because they did something similar in The Flash between seasons 3 and 4 where DeVoe's name was mentioned throughout the final 2 episodes of The Flash is season 3, so I thought that was cool. So I liked how they name dropped him within the last 2 episodes of Arrow's third season, so that's what I liked that. And I actually kind of came into this watching Legends of Tomorrow before seeing Arrow, so I liked some of the callbacks that was made in the fourth season as well. Because there was one episode where Vixen had guest starred the Mari McCabe version, not the one seen on Legends, where Damien Dog he sees like the one of the animal totem and he's like, oh, I haven't seen that for a long time. Obviously reference to him when he was the villain on Legends. So I like that. And another thing I like is I like how they were transitioning it from the dark tone to like a bit of the lighter tone, having him be a little bit more happier. So I really enjoyed that. But coming in at number 3 actually, and these top 3 are probably my 3 favorite seasons of Arrow. But coming in number 3 is season 6, Arrow season 6. I actually really enjoyed this season. The first half was really good. I thought Kate James was really good as a villain, and I like how they kind of teamed up, had some of the previous villains team up because we'd already seen them built up from the ground anyways. Then we saw like Anatoly and his gang. We saw Ricardo Diaz. We saw Laurel Lance, or not Laurel, Black Siren, sorry, Laurel Lance from Earth 2. Then we saw oh, I forgot his name, the ex-lover of Dinah Drake. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. Um, which is really cool. So I like how they kind of had all those built up, and I thought that was really cool to see until, and then they killed him off in the half of the season, and then we have Ricardo Diaz, the main villain, because he was the one pulling the stuff behind him, which I didn't mind. I liked it, but I kind of felt he became a bit boring within the second half because they're trying to show him that like he's patient and that he waits for these things to happen. But I kind of felt what happened with him was that because they tried to show him be patient, he kind of became a little bit boring. So I would be watching him in like some scenes. Like there's one scene that comes to mind where he was visiting a gang. I think it was a gang, forget, and he was trying to hire them for like backup or hire them for something, and then they kind of just didn't fizzle anywhere, and they kind of it was just a bit of a boring segment. So I think had they made it a little bit more interesting, I think season 6 could have been even better. But I really enjoyed season 6. And actually, as my number 2, this is a really tough choice, but as my number 2, it's going to be season 3 of Arrow. This is a season I actually really enjoyed. I thought Ra's al Ghul, however you say it, was fantastic as a villain for Arrow. I thought he was excellent. I liked how they to involve the, sorry, what to call the temple they live in, right? With the Lazarus Pit and everything. That was really cool incorporated. And they incorporated Sarah Lance coming back to life, and then I like how they incorporated um, Talia al Ghul, or not Talia al Ghul, Nissa al Ghul, excuse me, the former lover of Sarah, and I like how they talked about how with Sarah being. So I like all the plot points they put in there, and I thought that was really cool. And another thing we saw in this season was who killed Sarah, or like that was the big mystery they had, because Sarah died in the first episode of season 3. So I really liked that, and that was really cool. And I liked again, I liked some of the original arts, and I thought they did that very well, what they were trying to do. And I thought this was a really good season, and I can't really say anything else. So I never had anything wrong with these seasons. Like I'll be honest, anything from season 4 up, I don't think I had many issues with, except for maybe season 6, which I was a bit boring. But that was just my only issue with that. So yeah. Then coming at number one, I know this is a very popular opinion, is Arrow Season 2. I thought this was one of the best seasons of Arrow. I thought it was so good. Um, Deathstroke was amazing as the villain, and I loved the connection they had between the backstory or the flashbacks to this, how it kind of builds up what happened between Oliver Queen and Slade Wilson, and how they were like had a really good friendship, then turned into bitter enemies. I thought it was fantastic, and I love how they did that. Like the great storytelling of this, great action scenes, great introduction of the Flash, fantastic everything. Like there's nothing more I can say about it. And actually, something I wanted to mention with season four is that had a slight connection too with where Damien Dark got his powers from, the little stone thing. I thought that was kind of neat too. To know season four. So yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked my list. As I said, my list isn't the right list. It's just my opinion, my opinion or my list. I'll have more videos similar to this coming out soon. I'll probably have a ranking of all the Disney movies once I finish watching them all. I'll probably do a ranking of the Star Wars movies, maybe ranking of some the Flash seasons, and probably Legends of Tomorrow seasons as well. So I'll probably have a lot more rankings coming out, and I'll probably be doing a lot of Blue Jays news as I just uploaded some of the Blue Jays off-season news yesterday. And so yeah, I'm gonna try and put out some more videos for you guys for those of you who enjoy it. So I just want to say thanks for coming out in this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.